Hello there, how are you doing? This is your cow John Guy Talk. How have you been? Well, I want to celebrate and welcome those of you who are new subscribers. Yay! God bless you wonderfully. Now, listen, if you've not yet subscribed, I want you to hit that subscribe button right now. I want you to also make sure you like these videos. When you like, it allows YouTube to spread this video all over the world. Even before you listen to the video, make sure you like right now. It helps. Also remember to comment and share on other platforms. Let people know that there is a video, or there are videos I'm sharing that are really a blessing. Now let's get into this. What is a true church? What is a true church? I think there's a lot of confusion today, and I want to spend the next few videos dealing with the issue of a true church. Many don't know what a true church is anymore, especially in many parts of the world, in Asia, Latin America, and especially in Africa. There is what we call syncretism. There's a mixture of traditional religion, sometimes occultism, extra biblical things, into what is called Christianity. And God is not involved in all of that. We want to go back to the Word of God. Now, a guideline for you to understand concerning the church is that many people are confusing the way things were in the Old Testament with the way things were in the New Testament. In the Old Testament, there was not the church, there was the nation of Israel. Basically, they were the people of God under that covenant. The Bible calls it in Hebrews 8:6 an inferior covenant based upon inferior promises. But if you are born again in this dispensation, after Jesus went to the cross, resurrected, victorious over sin and death, on this side of the cross, we are under a superior covenant based upon superior promises. We cannot gather and assemble and worship God the way they did in the Old Testament. Oh no, the Word of God actually tells us that the Mosaic law, the law of Moses, that they operated with under the Old Testament, 2 Corinthians 3:6-15 says it has been abolished and done away with. Galatians 4:21-31 says it has been cast out. That law, that way of doing things has been cast out. Ephesians 2:15 says it has been abolished. The way they operated and they served God and they worshiped God in the Old Testament, the temple and all these ways of doing things has been abolished. Ephesians 2:15. Colossians 2:14-17 says it has been taken out of the way. It has been blotted out. Hebrews 7:12 says that way of the Old Testament worship of God has been changed. Hebrews 7:12 says it's changed. And then Hebrews 7:18 goes on to say it has been disannulled. It is now null and void. It has been disannulled. And Hebrews chapter 8 verses 6-13. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 9 says it has been replaced. It has vanished. It has been replaced. So we must not put the old covenant way of worship and try and superimpose it upon the new covenant way of worship. So there are so many places today where people are doing things and God doesn't have a hand in it because it is the way they did in the Old Testament, but Jesus has come. And for instance, I have seen some places where they tell the people that come to the church they must wear a certain uniform. It may be white or something else. Everybody must sew that uniform, and they said that it's so that we can look. It's a sign of holiness and righteousness. Listen, our righteousness in this church age is not just external. The Bible talks about righteousness and true purity, true holiness. All right, Jesus did not dress in any unusual way of dressing when he was with his disciples. All those 33 and a half years he was here on earth, and the 3.5 years especially, they did not even know a difference between him and the other 12 disciples. That's why Judas had to identify him to the enemies with a kiss. He looked exactly like everybody else. So he didn't dress in any unusual way. So that righteousness, our righteousness is not external. Our righteousness is of our spirit man. It is spiritual in the church age. So if it's a real proper church, they're not going to be dressed in something that looks like external holiness. No. If it's a true church, I've seen some places where people use incense. They burn incense like they did in the Old Testament. No. In the New Testament, our incense is spiritual. Our incense offered up unto God is the sacrifice of our prayer, our praise, and our worship. We do not use physical incense. Now, before you know it, such systems and setups are beginning to reflect like Eastern religions and other kind of religions that are strange fire before God. All right, that is not a true church. If you go to a place where people are putting incense and sending incense out, that is not a true church. A true church is a place where our incense is praise and worship and adoration and any other thing that we bring to the Lord as a sweet smelling savor, like our offerings, finances before the Lord. All right. One more thing I want to say about the church is that in some places it is called the church, but they do not allow women into the congregation at certain times of the month. And I am wondering, where did you get that from in the New Testament? Maybe in the Old Covenant, but that was not the church of the living God. The church of Jesus Christ, those kind of things does not come to play anymore. It has been annulled, disannulled. It has, those kind of acts and actions have been put away. So, are you in a proper real church or not? Are you in a New Testament ruled, Jesus sanctioned church or not? Join me in the other videos that will be coming up, and we're going to dig further into this issue. You will know the truth, and the truth that you know will set you free. What do you think about what I've shared today? I want you to comment, like this video, share this video. I also want you to subscribe. We are believing God for 2,000 subscribers this year. Until I come to my next video, this is Yinka Ojo saying peace.